everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Mr. and Mrs. Traveler here.
It's Elco's Glam in Detroit on Belle Isle.
We're standing in front of the Dawson's Great Lakes Museum here on Belle Isle in Detroit, Michigan. This is Canada, right? There, behind Miss Traveler's shoulder.
There it is, right there.
Anyway, guys.
Detroit, Canada.
Let's jump right into it. We want to bring you the subscriber, the group cruise participant edition of pros and cons from the icon of the seas.
Yes, this is going to be such a fun video. I can't wait to get started to see everybody's opinion about what they feel versus what Mr. and Miss Traveler feel. We can take a break.
Yep, so on the last day of our cruise, we got together, had a little meetup, and we asked everybody to put their thoughts down on paper on the top three things that they liked about the ship, and then the top 3 things that they felt could use improvement on the ship.
Yes.
And we tallied the results, and we're going to tell you the top 3 out of each category, but I'll also kind of go through the other things that people mentioned on their sheets.
Before we get started, let me just let you know, if you are new to our channel, welcome. I'm Miss Traveler, Elco's Glam. This is Mr. Traveler. We own a travel franchise, and our passion is to bring travel to you. If you want to continue to see videos like this, make sure you subscribe. We have a goal that we're trying to get to by the end of the year, and we know we can do it with your help. So if you're new, welcome. Come on in, sit down, get comfortable, because this is the type of videos that we love to bring. Give us a call if you're ready to travel, 877-697-4470, or we can be reached at www.mr-traveler.com. Sorry, my voice is going because it is very windy out here, and it's not even 60 degrees, so it's a little chilly, so bear with us.
Hopefully we don't have to redo this video. Anyway, so let's start with I'll start with the pros and things that people liked, and I'm going to start with the number 3, 2, and 1, and we'll go down and we'll talk about the other things that people enjoyed, and kind of share our thoughts on it too. So the number 3 most popular like for the ship was the service on board the ship.
Oh my gosh, I agree 100%. The service was incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. The dining room staff was great. The room attendant was great. Everybody that we interacted with was great. They treated our group really, really well, which was very nice compared to the last group cruise that we were on, where the other cruise line didn't do such a great job with our group. This one did. A bravo to them. I really enjoyed the service. You
have to remember how many people are on this ship. This is the largest cruise ship in the world, and the service was impeccable. For that many people that's on the cruise, it was from the time we embarked to the time we disembarked, flawless for the service. So bravo to Royal Caribbean for treating us like royalty.
Number 2 most popular item was the size. Not only the size of the ship, but the size of the venues, the size of the promenade, just overall the bigness of the ship. And I totally agree with that.
I like the word bigness because when you see it and you pull up, you'll be like, wow, that is huge. It's like a big spaceship.
Yeah.
And to me, they went overboard and beyond. Like I said, you have to ride it to feel the love that we felt on Royal Caribbean. They are bringing it, and they are not playing any games. I'm telling you, they've taken over, and they're about to be my favorite. Really, yeah. I hate to say
Icon is my favorite. Icon is my favorite cruise ship. I'll save you time.
Okay.
The number 1 most popular answer for the thing that people liked on board this ship was the food.
The food. It was so many choices of food. If you ever go out to dinner, you're like, what am I gonna order? It was like that on the ship. Yeah. Too many choices.
Yeah, the food was very good. If I had to give the overall all the food, and we did do one specialty dining. We did the teppanyaki. So I'll include that in there. But if I had to give it an overall for the whole ship, I would say it's definitely probably like about an 8.5. Oh, I really enjoyed the food.
I give it about an 8.5 as well. I felt the food was altogether great. There was some dishes that was just okay, but for the most part, it was an 8.5. I agree with our group on that.
Yeah. All right, so let's go through some of the other items that people said that they liked on board the ship. A few people said their favorite part was the elevators, and
Oh,
and if you watched our pros and cons, we definitely mentioned that the elevators.
oh my gosh.
We were a little bit nervous from the seascape using those elevators, but on Royal Caribbean on the Icon they were flawless.
I think every cruise line should copycat how the Icon is doing it. They are moving above and beyond technology. I don't know who thought of this, but it was actually brilliant for them to come up with this idea of letters on the doors. You just walk over to the letter.
Yep.
It's like ABC 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, worked very well. So I agree. Few people said that they enjoyed the variety of activities on board the ship.
Yeah, it was way too much to do. You went until you was about to fall out. And if you're on Mr. Traveler, if you're on a Mr. Traveler group cruise, you know how hard we go. We make sure you have fun from beginning to end, but it was plenty to do.
Oh.
If you didn't want to do what we want to do, you had your own thing
Yeah,
to do.
if you were bored on this ship, there's something wrong with you.
Something wrong with you.
Actually, and I apologize, there were 2 categories that were tied for first place, and I missed it.
Okay.
So also tied for first place with the food was the shows.
The shows was Broadway.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about this ship, y'all.
The ice skating
They
show
run
was
it.
excellent.
It was
The
like
comedians were
it was
excellent.
like something on TV.
Of course, the Wizard of Oz brought it
Oh
hard.
my gosh, it was a Broadway show and it lasted nice and long.
The water acrobat show was
They
excellent.
did their best.
It was really
They
great.
did their very best. Bravo. Bravo to the Icon. I cannot wait to do this ship again, and I'm looking forward to the start next year.
All right, quite a few people said that they enjoyed the size of their stateroom.
Oh yeah, it was really roomy. It felt like a suite to me.
Yeah, it was really
I
nice.
agree with our group on that. It was the decor was laid out from the ceiling all the way to the floors, and the bathroom was very, very comfortable, and it was clean.
Yep. And then the last few that people enjoyed, Coco Cay, which isn't really part of the ship. I put it in there anyway. Yes, I enjoyed Coco Cay too.
Coco Cay is a nice time.
Somebody enjoyed the fitness track that goes all the way around the ship, which is huge.
Now the ship is a quarter of a mile, so if you do that like 2-3 times, you're good.
Somebody enjoyed the casino.
Yes, the casino was huge.
Was huge. And lastly, the shopping.
The shopping, let me stop right there, Mr. Traveler. The shopping alone was world star shopping. I'm telling you. You had Chanel on there, you had Rolex, Louis, Gucci, whatever you wanted. All the names, the top designers, it wasn't trendy, it was classic designers, which is hard to see on a cruise ship. You know, you normally don't shop like that. I love to shop like that, and I love to get one gift of remembrance, and I know our group too as well. They can relate to me on the shopping. It was just amazing. You know how you go on the ship and all you see is like the logo stuff? It wasn't like that on the Icon. They had literally shops you could shop in. And the staff that worked inside the shops, thank you so much for being kind to our group.
Okay, so I'm going to move on to the cons. And I'm kind of glad at the cons list that we have because it's all over the place with a couple of exceptions.
Now, we didn't bring a lot of cons when we did our pros and cons,
right.
but our group did.
So, but here's the thing. They're all over the place.
Okay.
So what that tells me is that it's specific to that person per se.
Yeah.
There's not, with the exception of really one or two, there's really not a group consensus on things that could be better on board the ship, which is good, which is a good thing. That means it's just, little things here and there, little small details.
Comment below and let us know your pros and cons of the ship if you went on the Icon. Comment below.
Okay, so coming in at number 3, and it's only a couple people that said this.
Okay.
Not a lot of free food options.
We don't do that here.
Oh boy.
I don't know because, obviously you have the buffet, you have the pizza place on there, you can go down to the park cafe, you could, I can't think of, but there was definitely quite a few spaces on there where you could get
I thought
some
the
free food
buffet
options.
had a lot to offer.
Yeah.
The buffet was really good.
But we had a couple people that said that. So, and then number 2, and this is one that we kind of brought up before too,
Okay.
is how they kind of nickel and dime for a lot of stuff.
Oh, I didn't like that. That was one of my cons. I don't like that. You want to enjoy the ship without paying extra money. You want to be done before you get on the ship. Well, they'll hit you up with some prices when you get on there.
So again, I'll reiterate though, if you want to get on this ship and not spend any money after you pay your gratuities, you can easily do so.
Yeah, you could if you want to. If you want the cabanas, if you want to, grandma's birthday, 80th birthday, grandpa's 80th birthday, your 50th anniversary birthdays, you want to go all out, you are welcome to do so. They have plenty of options. But if you on a budget and you trying to pay for the cruise ahead of time, and when you get on there, it's like $5 for this, $10 for that. You're like, oh my God, I gotta have tip money, and gratuity money. So sometimes the nickel and diamond is an inconvenience to people who are on a budget.
Okay, and the number one thing, and almost everybody said this on here, and it echoes with what we said, and how I lumped this in together because everybody said it kind of differently.
Okay.
Is how I said it is. There's not enough adults area on the ship.
Was that unanimous?
Almost.
Okay, almost. That's number 2.
No, that's number 1. That's number
one.
one. That's number 1.
Oh wow.
So again,
I agree.
Just give me some space. Just to kind of recap what we said, I don't know if I think that the area for families is
big enough.
Well, no. For the
I thought you were talking about the solarium.
So I don't know. There is no solarium. That's the problem. So I don't know if the family harbor is necessarily a win or not. Because again, when we were on there, we went down there several times. The only people that were using that whole big area that is generally a boardwalk on an icon on the Oasis class,
I agree,
was only being utilized by families with very small children.
Yeah, toddlers.
2, 3, 4-year-old, maybe 5-year-old were down there. The pool is very shallow down there.
If you want to watch the tour, it'll be right here.
So that meant that the kids that were, and I'm generalizing, 6 and up, were all over every other part of the ship.
Yeah.
And so there's not that many. There's 7 pools on there, right? But the pool in the adults only area, the one adults only area, only comes up to your knees.
It wasn't a pool. It was a wait. What do you call those, wait pools?
Yeah, it's like a waiting pool.
It was like a waiting pool. It wasn't a real big pool. If you think about it, the icon, as huge as the icon is, you would think that the pools would be huge for the adults, and they weren't.
Well, here's the problem. So they spent up a lot of the weight and space for the water park.
And that took up a lot of space.
But listen,
that was just too big.
I enjoyed the water park. I had a blast in the water park.
I had fun, but it was too big.
But I really think, and this is my opinion for the Star, for what it's worth, they should keep the adults only area that they have now, and they should also include that small space up on deck 17 with that infinity pool along the edge.
Right.
If those were both adults only area, I think that would satisfy a lot of people.
Yep. Because
at least the infinity edge pool up on deck 17, it goes over your weight. It's maybe 4.5, 5 feet deep. I don't know.
That's not a pool.
But it's a decent pool.
It'll pull you off.
It's compared to the one that's in the adults only area, which only goes to your knees, and you can only fit like 20 people in there. And that whole adults only area in the back, you could fit maybe, if you put them elbow to elbow, 200 people in there, I'm guessing.
But you got to remember how many people are on the ship. This is the largest cruise
exactly.
in the world.
That's why I said it's not enough adults area.
Didn't think about us.
There's no solarium on this ship.
Nope.
And this ship is bigger than a Oasis class.
Hopefully they'll make some changes on the Star. We'll see next year on our group cruise. Make sure you join us.
So hopefully they get that worked out. So that was almost a unanimous issue with everybody. That's it for 1, 2, 3. So let me go through the other dislikes that we had. And again, these are
let's get the bad news.
They're almost, these are almost person for person. Photographers were not friendly.
Oh wow, really?
One person said that, and that's because
the photographers?
The day we did the group photo, we kind of had. There was a couple of photographers that were acting kind of sneaky. They
were uncomfortable with us. It was almost like we inconvenienced them to take our group photo, which was not. They wasn't very nice about it.
Somebody said their steak was underdone.
Oh wow.
Somebody said the overall price for the cruise, which.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was really pricey. I agree. It was expensive, but you get what you pay for it.
A few people said they wish they had more music variety, like in the clubs and the outdoor spaces.
Yeah, that's true. There was a lot of rock. There was a lot of country. There was a lot of, jazz. not that much change up. When we had the silent party, you could change the stations on
That was good.
headphones, but yeah, they should have had just a little more
The
variety.
DJ at Coco K.
Oh, he made up for all that.
He was playing the jams.
He made up everything. He played everybody's jam.
Somebody said the pool towels were thin and cheap.
Oh wow.
Somebody, I wonder who this is, said they need haggis.
Haggis.
So
it would it be somebody from Scotland?
It might be our buddy Alistair from Scotland. Somebody said the water pressure was low.
Oh yeah.
Somebody.
I don't like the.
Somebody did not like the main dining room food, which
really.
I
enjoyed it.
I have to respectfully disagree with that one.
I have to respectfully disagree too. I enjoyed every meal.
Yeah, me too. Somebody said more breakfast options. I don't know because we didn't really go down there for breakfast a whole lot.
We didn't have time, me and Mr. Traveler. We didn't have time because we were working, but our group, they are veterans. They cruise just as much as we do. So, we've been on 64 cruises, so they know what
somebody said the cruise director was kind of lame.
He wasn't very active and a little snooze.
So somebody said that the cruise director was a bit boring.
A bit boring?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He probably should have been a little livelier. That's probably his personality coming out.
That was one person that said it, so.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. Somebody said this, but now that I think about it, I think I agree with this.
What is it?
No announcement for the activities. You know how like when they come over and say, make sure to go to bingo this time and come to the deck here for this time.
There was no announcement.
Now that I think about it, I think they're right.
No, we only heard the captain and the cruise director, and they were usually telling us what time we would pull up at port and the temperature and things like that. But other than that, they were not announcing activities at all. Oh,
you know what? And I apologize. I did it again. There was a three-way tie for third place.
Oh, okay.
On here, so the not a lot of free food options was one of them.
Okay.
The other one was a few people said that the bathrooms are too small in their cabins.
Oh, really? Compared to what?
Yeah, I mean, they're never huge on any cruise ship.
They are always small.
I was comfortable in there.
I was pretty comfortable. They could have been bigger, but if you think about it, it's the largest cruise ship in the world, so it probably should have been bigger. They probably.
I'm a big fella, and I was comfortable in there. So
we're pretty tall people. I'm 5'9". Mr. Traveler is about 6'2". So we tall people. We were comfortable.
The other one was the location of Playmakers.
Oh gosh, that drove me nuts.
So the Playmakers is located.
Yes.
Right in front of the ice arena. So the only way to get to the ice arena is to walk through the middle of Playmakers. So if you're sitting there trying to enjoy it, have a conversation with people, and the show lets out, it's just this mob
of people coming through.
They come through.
And then the kids club was right there too.
Yeah.
So you'll see the kids running through there, throwing the balls from off the pool tables. They'll come in, mess up the pool.
Auntie Gladys said her milkshake wasn't worth the money; it was watered down.
Oh wow. Well, Auntie Gladys would know.
Yep.
She know her milkshakes.
A couple people said the drinks were watered down.
Really? Me and Mr. Traveler don't drink, so this is from our group. They saying it's watered down. Maybe it's a double shot.
Somebody said they miss having the Johnny Rockets on the ship.
Oh wow, they did take it off of this one, didn't they?
Yep.
It wasn't there.
And then lastly, the limited amount of vegetarian options.
Right. We had a lot of vegetarians with us, and they were not very happy with the options.
Yeah.
But they did like the food when they did eat it.
So as you can see, like the negative ones are just kind of specific on certain areas.
Yeah.
Like I said,
specific to themselves.
The only thing that really stuck out was the lack of adults only area as far as the cons go. And I think I agree with that. Overall, on that ship, I was really, really pleased. It's easily my favorite ship now. I just think that they need to rethink that Family Harbor area. And I think I want to do another video. Maybe we'll do a Wednesday live about it so we can get some feedback with you guys about that Family Harbor area. I'd like to see your feedback. I just think that may be a failed experiment.
I don't think it went through all the way. They should have thought about the engineering, and they should have thought about the adults area versus the kids area. The kids area was huge, but it wasn't a lot of kids in there. Yeah. And the adults area was really, really small. And we, like I said, we on the largest cruise ship in the world. So you want to get the bang for your buck because it was not a cheap cruise. It was quite pricey. Hopefully the prices will go down later, and the staff was incredible. I have to give it to them, and the food options was awesome. It was one of my favorite ships. I have to give it to them. I really enjoyed it. I cannot wait to go back to see the water show again, how they're going to redo that. And I really love the Broadway shows.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, everybody, we're signing off from Detroit. We're going back to where it's warm because we're cold.
It's freezing here. It's not even 60 degrees. You see me have on coats. It's chilly. Sweater, coat. It's cold out here.
All right, everybody, we'll catch you back in the Sunshine State. Life short.
Have fun.
See the world, everybody.
Bye, everyone.